Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another beer review. Today we have something that is something I got a collective. I wanted to try this when it came out, and it's actually pretty fresh. This came out September 19th, 2024. We're looking at the 29th, so 10 days old. This is from a collaboration between Cabin Brewing and the Parkside Brewery, and if I remember, Parkside is out of Vancouver, somewhere in BC. This is coming in at 8.3% alcohol by volume, and it's called Super Dreamy. It is a double hazy IPA. Contains barley, wheats, and oats, but that's all it has on there. Store cold, drink fresh. 10 days old. That's fresh enough, isn't it? All right. Let's give it a pour aggressively. Let's see what we have. So, this beer, it's hazy. 2.5 fingers worth ahead. As I said, I have poured it aggressively. And let's see what we have here, shall we? The smell. Getting some juice notes off of there. A little bit of oat. A little touch of bitterness. Doesn't smell too bad. Well, let's get to it. Cheers, everybody. Cool. All right. All right. So there's a touch of the juiciness on there. Do have a small tropical fruit flavor, and by small I mean very small. I don't get a lot of the tropical hops off there. Small dankness off there. Bitterness is on there by there's a bit of bitterness on there actually. Yeah, it's like a tangerine, orange, mandarin kind of flavor in the beginning. And then a bitterness on there. And then like a small alcohol burn to it on the tip of the tongue, with basically a small burn going down the esophagus as well. It's different. The body is a light to medium body, more on the medium side. But that bitterness is just something that I wouldn't expect coming from one of these supers. Yeah, that's definitely different. Does it belong in the Super Series? Does it belong in, well, it's obviously not part of the Duper series or the other ones. Wow, can't even think of the name of these series now. It does kind of. It's definitely a collaboration. It's definitely one that they've decided to say, hey, here's our recipes. What can we put together? And it's one that you can kind of tell it's a little bit of each, but it's different. I'll give it that much. It is definitely different. Bitterness is a little bit too strong for my liking. Other people will probably like that. For me, it's not bad. It's a little too strong for me. Not bad. Let's be honest. It's a little too strong. Definitely caught me off guard. So that being said, it is a delicious beer overall. It's not something I technically would gravitate to because of that bitterness, but it is something that is different because you think basically hazy equals juicy, not a lot of bitterness, but that's not the case. There is more bitterness to this one, which is different. So my score for this out of 10, I'm going to have to give this a 7 out of 10. It's good. It works, but it's got a little bit of something that I wouldn't expect in something like that in a beer like this. But it for what it is, it's a good beer. So tell me, have you had this one before? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Again, from Cabin and Parkside Brewing, this is Super Dreamy, an 8.3% double hazy IPA. It works for what it is, but it's a different beer. Till next time, I'm Dan, aka the Western Canadian Reviewer, saying cheers, stay frosty. We'll see you real soon. Thanks again for joining. Have yourselves a wonderful and safe evening, and please be good out there. Have a good night.